This magnificent owl had suffered severe head trauma, likely the result of a car collision. Fortunately, observant passersby spotted the injured creature and promptly alerted a nearby animal rescue clinic to come to the owl's aid. Wild at heart, a dedicated rescue clinic in Mississippi heeded the call and took charge of the owl, affectionately named Gigi, and began assessing her injuries. The clinic staff was astounded that Gigi had managed to survive, given the extensive damage she had endured. Gigi had suffered a significant concussion from the impact of the accident, along with infections and a parasitic infestation that had only worsened her condition. Missy DeBorson, the owner of the Wild at Heart Clinic, assigned her most skilled employee, Doug Pajecki, to care for Gigi. Doug sprang into action, fully aware that a life hung in the balance and not a moment could be wasted. Despite the grim prognosis due to Gigi's severe trauma, both Missy and Doug remained undeterred, giving their all to save her. The road to recovery was arduous, and Gigi's progress was painfully slow. She shed nearly a pound of weight, roughly a fifth of her total body weight, during this challenging period. However, amidst the adversity, something remarkable began to unfold. As Gigi gradually recuperated, she formed a genuine bond with Doug. Recognizing that he was there to help her, Gigi began to open up and accept his care. Missy noted that the trust Gigi placed in Doug was evident in her behavior and body language. Witnessing Gigi's transformation, both Doug and Missy realized that they might have achieved the impossible, a miraculous recovery for an owl they had initially believed was beyond saving. Describing the experience as incomprehensible, Missy emphasized that Gigi had been in the most critical condition ever seen at their practice. It was, in fact, fortunate that both Missy and Doug had been there when Gigi needed them most. Around the clinic, Doug had earned the nickname the Birds of Prey Whisperer due to his exceptional reputation for working effectively with larger birds, particularly predatory birds like owls, which often exhibited challenging and cantankerous behavior. Caring for these animals required extraordinary patience, kindness, and selflessness, qualities that Doug possessed in abundance. His exceptional work was so widely admired that he was eventually promoted to the position of president of the Wild at Heart Rescue Clinic. Together, Missy and Doug embarked on a mission to ensure Gigi's complete recovery. For Missy, witnessing Doug's extraordinary rapport with birds of prey was both affirming and inspiring. She had never seen anyone in her career interact with such birds as Doug did, making his expertise invaluable in Gigi's case. Doug's extensive knowledge was instrumental in keeping Gigi alive and guiding her on the path to recovery. Gradually, the horned owl's condition improved, and with Doug's assistance, she regained her ability to feed herself. Initially, she could only eat food directly from Doug's hand, but in the following weeks, she relearned how to pick up her own food. One significant milestone in Gigi's recovery was when she regained the strength to stand on her own. At this juncture, it was evident that Gigi was well on her way to a full recovery. As Missy described it, Gigi had gone from the brink of death to perching proudly. However, a significant change occurred when Doug briefly left Mississippi to visit his family in Michigan, leaving Gigi in Missy's capable hands with the promise of a swift return. As soon as Doug departed, Gigi's spirits visibly drooped. Her recovery slowed, and she became more irritable and dissatisfied during her stay at the rescue clinic. The clinic staff noticed a direct correlation between Gigi's change in disposition and Doug's absence. It was evident that Gigi deeply missed her newfound friend. Gigi had earned her name due to her substantial size, a playful nod to the word gigantic, a moniker that quickly caught on throughout the rescue clinic. In Doug's absence, other dedicated employees at the clinic worked with Gigi, but they encountered challenges in establishing a connection with the owl. The unique bond that Doug had forged with Gigi became even more apparent upon his return to work, making the moment exceptionally meaningful. When Gigi caught sight of Doug's return, it was nothing short of a heartwarming Kodak moment. Brace yourself, for her reaction may bring tears to your eyes. Gigi's elation was palpable as she began dancing upon seeing Doug at the rescue clinic. On his first day back, Gigi remained Doug's top priority. He wasted no time and initiated an examination to check on her progress. As he approached her, her excitement grew. Doug gently lifted her from her cage, and she bounced around on his arm, bobbing her head and performing a joyful dance. Then, in a surprising departure from her species' typical behavior, Gigi moved to Dub's chest and nestled her head on his shoulder. In this extraordinarily beautiful moment, Dub found himself overwhelmed, uncertain of how to respond. He reciprocated by embracing the horned owl, prompting her to spread her wings wide, enveloping him in a heartfelt hug. It's no wonder that heartwarming images of Doug and Gigi's reunion quickly captivated the internet, touching the hearts of people worldwide. These enchanting photos allowed us all to share in the splendor and beauty of this extraordinary moment. The internet's experts were astounded by the hug, as such behavior was considered highly atypical for a horned owl, particularly one of Gigi's maturity. It was an incredible and rare experience that left everyone in awe. Shortly after these owl hug photos went viral, Doug explained just how profound the encounter had been for him. Doug recounted his childhood memories of a great horned owl of the same breed that used to reside on the roof of his family's barn. This owl, although elusive to others, was frequently spotted by Doug's father, who had a special connection with the bird over the years. Tragically, Doug's father had passed away, and on the day of his death, the very same owl from Doug's childhood visited the family farm. The owl shared a poignant moment with the family, made eye contact with Doug, and then soared away, never to be seen again. Given this history, Doug's connection with another great horned owl, Gigi, took on profound significance for him. Hugging Gigi brought back memories of his father, and he described it as an extraordinarily emotional encounter. It serves as a reminder of the magical coincidences we encounter in life, particularly when interacting with animals, where moments of kindness and generosity transcend species boundaries, leaving us in awe. But there was another touching moment to come. Several months after her heartwarming hug with Doug, Gigi had made a remarkable recovery, indicating that it was time to release her back into the wild. The rescuers brought Gigi to the location where she had been found, about 2 hours north of the wild at Heart Rescue Clinic, preparing to bid her farewell with bittersweet emotions. However, things took an unexpected turn. Gigi had a different plan in mind. As Dove and Missy released Gigi from her cage, they watched her soar high into the sky. To their surprise, she didn't immediately fly away, as most owls would have done. Instead, she circled above them, periodically glancing back in their direction. It became evident that Gigi was not ready to leave them. Her reluctance to part ways touched Dove's heart deeply, affirming the profound connection they had formed. Despite their emotions, the animal experts had a responsibility to complete. They encouraged Gigi to move forward, and after one last look back, she gracefully departed. The clinic staff shared a heartfelt moment as they watched Gigi express her gratitude in her own unique way before disappearing into the horizon.